Good morning, sir. So we are not able to hear you, sir.
Hello, sir. Then click that Chrome restart in so that copy that Chrome restart in and paste in the search bar, sir. It will restart.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yes.
Yeah. So just listen here now. So I'm going to start a linear programming problem, LPP. Yeah, it is solving LPP using a simplex method. So far, I have covered in Unit 1 a theory portion. That is the definition of LPP, advantage, disadvantage, steps in OR, and the characteristics of OR. Those things there in Unit 1, and also solving the LPP using a graphical method. So when there are only two variables, can be solved using graphical method, and also told about how to formulate the LPP. So in fact, LPP has got mainly three elements. One is the objective function, that is either to maximize or to minimize, maximize profit or minimize loss. That's the objective function, and it has got some set of constraints. Nothing but inequalities. Means all the equations are having less than sign or greater than sign. That's why they are called as inequalities, unequal signs, equations, also called as a set of constraints. And third element in LPP is that is object function. Sorry, additional variables x1, x2, and all. By knowing the value of x1, x2, you can find the value of z. So these are the three elements in LPP. One is objective function, second is set of constraints, the third is the decision variables. These three are there. So when the problem given to formulate, you have already know how to formulate the problem and solving using graphical solution when there are only two variables, x1 and x2. But when the problem has got three variables or more than three variables, x1, x2, x3, x4 and all, then you have to use simplex method. So today I am going to start simplex method now. Okay. So this is a problem. You please write down. You have to do along with me. You have to do. I'm going to take 1 hour completely for one problem. No issues, because this question carries 16 marks in examination. Even SW also we are going to give one question for 16 marks. In CI we are going to get 12.5 marks. So you should know how to solve. You have to do along with me. Okay. You please write down now. Maximum z is equals to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3. To take the objective function of the problem, maximization of z, that is maximum z is equals to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3, subjected to the following constraints. So these are the constraints. Okay, x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 less than or equals to 430. x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 less than or equals to 430. Second constraint 3x1 plus 2x3. There is no x2 here. Second constraint 3x1 plus 2x3 less than or equals to 460. Third equation, third inequality basically, x1 plus 4x2 less than or equals to 420. So these are the basic variables, also called addition variables, x1, x2, x3 greater or equal to 0. Remember here, this question has got only 3 constraints. First constraint, less than 430. Second constraint, less than 460. Third constraint, less than 420. These are the 3 constraints. This is maximization problem. You have to find the value of x1, x2, x3 to find the value of z. That is the profit function. Okay, can I go now? Can I move ahead now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done, good. Now, so now you have this inequalities. You have to convert these inequalities into equal sign by using some variables. So you have to convert into standard form. You have to make the inequalities into equal sign. So for all the less than sign constraints, remember, for all the less than sign constraints, you are going to introduce slack variable. That is S1, S2, S3. If you have only 2 equations, S1, S2, you have 3 equations, S1, S2, S3, S4, F4 equations are there. So now to convert less than or equal to sign into equal sign, you are introducing one variable called slack variable, that is S1. So now the problem becomes now, maximum z is equals to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3, let it be as it is. Now the constraints have become the equations now, x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 plus s1. This is the slack variable you have introduced to convert less than or equal to sign into equal sign, is equals to 430. Similarly, second equation, 3x1 plus 2x3 plus s2, that is the second slack variable you have introduced to convert less than sign into equal sign, is equals to 460. Similarly, third constraint, nothing but a third equation now, x1 plus 4x2 plus s3 is equals to 420. Now you have converted all these 3 inequalities into equal sign.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Repeat on sign, sir.
Yeah. Remember here, you have this unequal sign, right? Now you have they are called as constraints, also called as inequalities. You have to convert these inequalities into equal sign. Okay. So to convert less than sign, suppose you have got less than sign, you have introduced slack variable. Okay, slack variable, that is plus s1. Okay, suppose if the equation has got less than sign, you are going to introduce one variable called as a slack variable, that is s. If you have 3 equations, then 3s, s1, s2, s3. If you have 2 equations, s1, s2. Remember, if the inequalities or constraints are having less than or equal to sign, you are going to introduce one variable called slack variable to convert less than into equal sign, if it is less than sign. Understood now? Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because all the equations are less than sign, you are introducing only slack variables here, s1, s2, s3 with the plus sign. Suppose you may want to ask me now one more question, that is, for example, if you have greater than sign now instead of less than sign, then you are going to introduce, Okay, surplus variable, surplus, SURPLS, that is minus S. Minus S. Suppose, imagine, for example, in the first equation, if you have x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 greater than or equals to 430, then you are going to do minus S1 because of the greater than sign. That is called as a surplus variable. Okay? Less than sign plus S, greater than sign minus S. But these are the basic variables, in fact, S1, S2, S3 and all. Basic variables never be negative values. So to convert negative, we introduce one more variable called as artificial variable called A. If you have three equations are greater than sign, then you're going to get minus S1, minus S2, minus S3. Correspondingly, you're going to add one more variable called as artificial variable, that is plus A1 for first equation, plus A2 second equation, plus A3 third equation. Okay, I will tell you later now. Right now, you just focus only on, because all the constraints are having less than sign, you are going to introduce the slack variable here. That is converting less than sign into equal sign. Understood? Understood? Anybody want me to repeat once again? Okay. You are just converting less than sign into equal sign by introducing the slack variable plus S1 first equation plus S2 second equation plus S3 third equation. Now x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3 should be greater than or equal to 0. Always. That you have to write. x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3 should be always equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Now, because you have introduced the slack variable to the constraints, z equation also going to change now. So z function becomes maximum z is equals to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. Okay, that is converting the LPP into standard form. That is maximum z is equals to 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. And these are the three equations. x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 plus s1 is equal to 430. 3x1 plus 2x3 plus s2 is equal to 460. x1 plus 4x2 plus s3 is equal to 420. And x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3 should be always greater than or equal to 0. This is converting into standard form. Done? Done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's very important now. You're going to writing in a tableau form now. Okay. So remember here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just make 10 columns now. You make 10 columns. 10 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. You make a tableau. Okay, that is 10 columns you make. 10 columns and 4 rows. 10 columns and 4 rows. It's a very important step. You have to enter all the values. Ten columns and 4 rows. Now, first column you write basic variable BV. Basic variable. Basic variable. You write first column basic variable. So you have 3 basic variables right now. That is S1, S2, S3. These are the 3 basic variables you have introduced to convert inequalities into equal sign. Remember, above that table, you're going to write Cj. That is the coefficient of z function, also called as the cost function. Cj. You write the coefficient of z function. that is Cj values. Yeah, sorry, before what we can write Cb now, Cb, second column, Cb, that is the coefficients of basic variables in that function, that is 0, 0, 0. Cb nothing but coefficient of basic variables in z function. You have seen now 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. That's why here in Cb column, corresponding to S1, S2, S3, you write 0, 0, 0. Next, third column, Xb. Nothing but the RHS values in equation. Right hand values in equation. That is the first equation 430, second 460, and the third 420. For remaining 6 columns, you write x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. For remaining 6 columns, you keep one column blank at the right side. You just write x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. And also write Cj above that one, Cj. That is the coefficient of cost function. Nothing but that function. So that is 325,000. Keep that function 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3 plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. Write down all the values now. 325,000 corresponding to x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. Now fill the matrix using the coefficients of first equation. First equation x1 plus 2x2 plus x3 plus s1. So write down the coefficients 1, 2, 1, 1. There is no s2, s3, so 0, 0. Correspondingly, second equation 3x1 and 2x3. So there is no x2, so put 0 there. 3, 0, 2, 0. And second equation I got s2, so write 1. There is no s3, so 0. Third equation x1 plus 4x2, so write 1 coefficient, second 4, and third x3, there is no x3, so 0, no s1, so 0, no s2, 0, s3 is there, the coefficient is 1. Have you filled the table now?
Yes, sir.
Anybody got doubt here in filling it? You are writing only the values, that's it. Okay, nothing is there here. Okay, I hope all of you wrote the table. Basic variable column S1, S2, S3. Coefficient of basic variable, you can see that S1, S2, S3 got 0, 0, 0, so write 0, 0, 0. XB, that is RHS values, 430, 460, 420. And you have these variables, that is x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. Correspondingly, write down the coefficients there. 1, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 4, 0, 0, 0, 1. These are the coefficients in the equation. Now move on to next equation, next table now. The same table, remember you don't have to change. Okay, for the same table now. Can you see this? I'm trying with pen of course. Can you see this table? It's visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyway, I think next time I have taken sketch pen only for this problem. I'm trying with all my possible way of teaching this OR without having any electronic gadgets. On my own, I'm trying with paper, pen, and all. Okay. So remember, you have the same table, right? See here, for the same table, you have to find the value of delta J. Check out the delta J is there. That is that delta J is equals to CB into XJ minus CJ. Okay. So now check out here in the first column value, that is first column, Xj means first column, nothing but X1. xj means x1. So I'm going to write down, see how you got minus 3, I'll tell you now. It is 0 into 1 plus 0 into 3 plus 0 into 1 minus cj, that is minus 3. I've got minus 3 now. Minus 3, x1 values multiplied by cb values. x1 value multiplied by cb values. See, delta j is equals to cb into xj. xj means first column, x1 column. 0 into 1 plus 0 into 3 plus 0 into 1 minus cj, I think minus 3. You got the minus value now in the first column. Minus 3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Second column correspondingly 0 into 2 plus 0 into 0 plus 0 into 4. So 0 minus 2. So written minus 2. Third column 0 into 1 0, 0 into 2 0, 0 into 0 0, 0 minus 5. So minus 5 you have. Third column 0 into 0, 0, 0, 0 minus 0 0. So correspondingly you won't get 0 0 0 for third column. So remaining columns S1 S2 S3. Now you have minus 3 for x1 column, minus 2 for x2 column, minus 3 for minus 5 for x3 column. Okay. So now you have to select the highest negative value among the delta j values. Delta j value, select the highest negative value. Highest negative value, nothing but least value. Select the highest negative value, that is minus 5. Mark the arrow mark, or just mark it as a entering variable in fact. Okay. Now you just write extreme column. I told you to make one extreme column, right side column. You write the minimum ratio. You write the minimum ratio column. For the column you left previously, write minimum ratio. So corresponding to this highest negative value, find the minimum ratio, that is 430 divided by 1, that is equal to 430. Second, 460 divided by 2, that is a 230. And 420 divided by 0, that's infinity, so don't take into account. You have got only two values, now 430 and 230. 430 and 230. Select the least value among these two. So correspondingly, remember here, the entering variable is minus 5, that is x3, and the departing variable x2 now, departing. Now you have to replace all these variables, s1, s2, s3, because by finding value of s1, s2, s3, that function won't going to affect, because that function depends upon 3x1 plus 2x2 plus 5x3. So you have to find out the value of x1, x2, x3. So you have to remove these three basic variables, s1, s2, s3. That's why s2 becomes departing variable depending upon the minimum ratio. Remember, in the second row, you have minimum ratio of 230. So departing variable is s2, and minus 5 is the highest negative value. So x3 becomes entering variable now. Understood now? x3 entering variable and s2 departing variable.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, please explain again after minimum ratio step.
Don't worry. Okay. See now you got delta j, right? Delta j basically multiplying CB values into corresponding values, x1, x2, x3 and all. You got minus 5. Okay. Now remember, yes, in the basic variable column, you have three variables, s1, s2, s3. They have introduced as slack variables to convert inequalities into equal sign. So basically, we have to find the value of x1, x2, x3, because by knowing the value of x1 how much, x2 how much, x3 how much, we can find the value of z, that is how much profit they are going to earn. So now we have to depart these variables s1, s2, s3 based upon the minimum ratio. Now you have taken minus 5 is the one of the column. So nothing but here you are making x3 as the entering variable now. So when you go into the entry x3 here, which one has to depart now? S1, S2, S3. So now to find out which variable is going to depart from next table, S1, S2, S3. So we are going to find the minimum ratio. Now 430 is the coefficient value, that is 430 divided by 1, corresponding to that x3 column. 4 divided by 1, that is equal to 430. Second row, 460 divided by 2, that is 460 by 2, 230. Third column, third row, sorry, 420 divided by 0, infinity. So don't take into account. You take only two values only, that is 430 and 230. So check out the minimum value, 230. Now 230 row you are going to choose. Now S2 is going to depart in the next table. S2 going to depart, S3 going to enter in the next table. Okay now? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have marked P there, 2. That is called as the pivot point. Pivot point is the intersection of minimum value and the maximum negative value. Intersection of minimum ratio value and the maximum negative value is called a pivot point. 2. Check out here, I written something there at right side. 2 is pivot point and S2 departing variable next table and X3 entering variable. Okay. Done? Done now?
Yes, sir.
You got the pivot point 2 now. Now I am going to tell the procedure here, our next table. Before going to start showing next table, I am going to tell here only so that you will understand better. Now, in next table, what happens here? You are going to get the same table, but in basic variable column, you are going to get S1 as it is. Instead of S2, you are going to write X3. Next table, you are going to depart S2 and you are going to enter X3 and S3 as it is only. So in basic variable column, you are going to get S1, X3 and S3. S1, X3, S3. Correspondingly, CB column, S1, 0, X3, 5. You are going to write 5 there. S3, 0. Now, these are also going to change now. Remember, I am going to tell you very clearly here, next procedure. Next table, you are going to make a pivot point as 1. Next table, you are going to make a pivot point 1 and the same value going to divide to all the entire equation now. See, for example, here, next table, you have to make that highest negative row is there, no? You have to make a pivot point as 1 and all the remaining values as 0. In the next table, you have introduced X3 and removing S2 and you're going to make entire row of S2 divided by 2 because you have to make the pivot point as 1. So in next table, 460 divided by 2, so 230 and the 3 becomes 3 by 2, 0 becomes 0, 2 by 2 becomes 2 becomes 2 by 2 becomes 1 and 0 and 1 by 2 and 0. I'm telling next table. So you're going to make the pivot point as 1. And correspondingly, the remaining values in the same column should be 0. See, third row, that is S3 row, you have 0, 420, 1, 4, 0, 0, 0, 1. But what happens here, below pivot point, you have 0. So third equation won't change. You won't write as it is in the third row. S3, 0, 420, 1, 4, 0, 0, 0, 1. But see the first row, S1 row, you have S1, 0, 430, 1, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. You have to make 1 as 0. Corresponding to pivot line, you have to make 1 as 0. Remember, you have already 1. So what you're doing is you want to multiply the entire equation by -1 and adding to the first row.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So please make use of your mouse. We are not able to understand what you are pointing.
Make the mouse. Huh? Sorry, there no. Correct. I forgot. Sorry. Good thing you are remote. You have told me. Sorry. I forgot to tell those things. Sir. Okay. Remember here, with this table you got, no? This table you got, right? And you have made, yes, this -5 you have taken based upon the delta j, that is CB into xj minus cj, that is 0 into 1, 0 into 3, 0 into 1, -3, 0 into 1, 0 into 2, 0 into 0, minus 5, like you got these values. That is minus 3, minus 2, minus 5. Now you have to make this as the entering variable column, entering variable, because the objective is to, we have to remove S1, S2, S3. So now X3 enters here. So X3 enters here. But we don't know which one, where you want to enter. Whether you want to remove S1 or S2, S3. So to that, we are going to find the minimum ratio. So now what happens here? 430 divided by 1, 430. 460 divided by 2, 460 by 230. 420 divided by 0, it becomes infinity. So among these two values, 430 and 230, 230 minimum value. So corresponding to this row, S2 by going to remove departing variable. Next table, you are going to get S1, X3, S3, and correspondingly 0, minus 5 and 0. Okay. Now you got this 2 is a pivot point, intersection of highest negative value and the minimum ratio. So minimum ratio row and the highest negative value column, this becomes the pivot point. Now our objective is to, you have to make this pivot point as 1 and the remaining values in the column should be 0. It should be 0, it should be 0. That's the procedure. Okay. Now, so to make this as 1, what you're doing is you're going to divide the entire row by 2. So next table, what happens here? 460 divided by 2 becomes 230. This becomes 3 by 2. This becomes 0. This becomes 2 by 2. That's 1. It becomes 0, 1 by 2, and 0. Okay, that's what are the next value, next table values. Okay, I'm going to show now. Here, next table. You please write down the next table now. I'll tell you afterwards. Write down next table now. You write down basic variable CB. Once again, you write table. Or you can write below also. No problem like this. Okay. Class. Okay, write down the same table, not this basic variable, or you can write down same. If you have started in the fresh page, you can write down same table like this. So basic variable.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So how did CB become 5?
How did the CB?
Sir, in the first table, CB beside S2. So next.
Yeah, no.
Yes, sir.
Coefficient. This one. See, S1 coefficient is 0, no? This one is 0, no? Right? See, this CB basically the coefficients of Z function, right? S1 coefficient is 0, right? This one, right? Right, no? X3 coefficient 5. This value. Right, now?
Yes, sir.
CB basically the coefficient of Z function. So S1 is 0 andre E0. X3 is 5 andre E5. S3 is 0 andre E0. These are the coefficients. Okay, so now what happens? CB becomes 0, 5 and 0. Now you have to make the pivot point 1, no? That's why you are dividing the entire row by 2. So 460 by 2 becomes 230. 3 becomes 3 by 2. 0. 2 by 2, 1. 0. 1 by 2, 0. Got the values now? Second row values. You are dividing the entire row by 2 in order to make the pivot point as 1. Okay? You got only second row, don't do anything. You write only second row values, that is 230, 3 by 2, 0, 1, 0, half, 0. That's it. You don't do anything for remaining rows. Don't touch first row and third row.
But here you have already changed the first row.
Huh?
You have already changed the first row here.
I changed, but I don't have electronic things now. What can I do? If it's a board, I did that. Okay, yes. So that's why you don't write this row, don't write, no? Sorry. Because I don't have anything to show. Right now, understood. Suppose the board means you would have turned on this much only, no? Okay. Now you are going to do only this row only. That is, you are dividing entire row by 2 in order to make the pivot point as 1. So 2 by 2, 1, 0, 3 becomes 3 by 2, 4 0 by 2, 230, 1 become 1 by 2, 0. So you write down only these values only. Don't touch this row and this row. I've written because I don't have anything to teach or to tell you. Understand my problem also.
Sir, the minimum ratio should be also divided by 2, sir, again.
Minimum ratio, don't touch now. Don't touch. You do till here only. Don't touch this one. Don't come up to here. So just do this much only. To make pivot point, you are dividing entire row by
2.
here. Yeah, 2 only. So 460 divided by 2, 3 by 2, 0, 2 by 2, 0, 1 by 2, 0. That's it. Don't touch here. Don't do it. Okay, now you got these values. 230, 3 by 2, 0, 1, 0, half. Done na? This much? Okay now? Yes? Done?
Yes, sir.
Oh, 10:45. I'll continue. No problem. I'll continue. Okay. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Why?
Yes.
Because complete problem and then because otherwise you touch, you won't get touched. Okay. Now, see now. Second, what I told here, that is, you have to make this value 0. Means correspond this value. That is, pivot point should be 1. Remaining value should be 0 in the next table. You have to make these zeros. So because you have 0, you don't have to worry about this row, but you have to make this as 0. How to make 0? How to make 0? So what you are doing is, you are multiplying this by -1. You multiply this by -1 and add to this one here. So entire row you multiply by -1. So it becomes -1 plus 1, 0. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
Next. So second what happens here, you have got 0 here. 0 into -1, 0 only. Right? You have 2, so write 2 as it is. Second, this value. See, write 2 here because you are multiplying entire row by -1 and adding to the corresponding values. So -1 into -1, so -1 plus 1, 0. It was 0 there, so 0 and 2 is there, 2 only. Now, -3 by 2 becomes, because multiplying this by -1, so -3 by 2, -3 by 2 plus 1 here. So -3 by 2 plus 1 becomes -half, right? No? -3 by 2 plus 1, plus half, eh? Plus half, I think. Plus half, no? -3 by 2, 1.4. Plus half, no? This one, plus half, right?
It will become 5 by 2, sir.
-3 by 2, no? -3 by 2. -3 plus 1. You are going to multiply this by -1. So it becomes -3 by 2. I think 1.5. So plus 1. So minus half, no? Plus half.
So it is correct, sir.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So because minus by 2 plus correct. Minus half, right? Next. So here, minus 230. Okay, minus 230 plus 430. So become 200. 230 into -1 becomes -230 plus 460. So 430 that equal 200. Got 200 now? 200. Okay. You got the 200 value, right? 200 minus of 2, 0. And you have 0 and previously you have S1, 1 only. And this value is here. Minus half, so plus 0 become minus half. This value 0 and 0. I hope you got these values now. You are just multiplying this by -1 and adding all the values to corresponding values in the previous table. You are going to get 200 minus half, 2, 0, 1, minus half, 0. These values. Your intention is to make the values 0, remaining values, only pivot point 1. Got it?
Repeat, sir, repeat.
No, sir.
Yeah.
Repeat, sir.
This one, you have to repeat, no? This one only, no? This one? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
First row, sir.
See, you have got this pivot point 1, and remember here, you have got 1 here. So pivot point 1, no? You multiply this 1 by minus 1. So this becomes 1 into minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1, 0, right now? 0, right? Next, minus
sir.
1 into 0, 0, plus 2. That's why you're going to get the plus 2 only. Right? Minus 3 by 2. 3 by 2 into minus 1, minus 3 by 2. Minus 3 by 2 plus 1, so becomes minus half. Now, 230 into minus 1 becomes minus 230. Minus 230 plus 430 becomes 200. Okay, you got 200 now. This 200. Similarly, come here now. S1 row, S1 column. You have here 0 and 1, so as it is 1 only. S2. So you have here 0, you have half. So half into minus 1, minus half. So it is minus half. So 0, 0. Remember here, you are going to make only pivot point 1 and the remaining values in the corresponding columns as 0 only. That's why to make this 0, you have multiplied the entire row by minus 1. Okay? Now, corresponding to this row, third row, you have 0 only. So don't have to do anything, right, as it is only. That is, so 420, 140001, right, as it is. Not to change, because you already have 0. I hope this you got this table. You'll understand better, don't worry. It's only a first column. You may get doubt, you don't have to worry, you'll understand better in the next problem. I'm going to solve 2-3 problems, don't have to worry about this procedure. Okay, now? I think you got these values now. 200, 230, 420, all the values, you got it? Exactly? Done? Now,
Yes,
find
sir.
the value of delta j.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? You find your delta j now. That is CB into minus half. That is 0. 5 into 3 by 2. 15 by 2 plus 0 into 1, 0. So 15 by 2 minus 3. That is equal to 9 by 2. Remember, CB into xj minus cj. 0 into half, 0. Plus 5 into 3 by 2, 15 by 2, plus 0 into 1, 0. So this becomes 15 by 2 minus 3, become 9 by 2, plus 9 by 2. Yes. Okay, second column value 0 into 2, 0, 5 into 0, 0 into 4, 0, minus 2. Third column 0 into 0, 5 into 1, 5, 0 into 0, so 5 minus 5, 0. Third column 0 into 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Next here 0 into half, 0, 5 into half, 5 by 2, 0, so 5 by 2 minus 0, 5 by 2. 0, 0, 5 into 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0, minus 0, 0. You got the values now, 9 by 2, minus 2, 0, 0, 5 by 2, 0. You got this value, delta j value, delta j
Yes, sir.
CB into corresponding x values, x1, x2 values. Okay. See, remember here, I have found the value of z here, left side. Z is equal to CB into XB. CB into XB. That is CB 0 into 200 plus 5 into 230 plus 0 into 420, that is equal to 1150. Z value you can find out wherever you want. Even at this junction also you can find out. So Z is equal to CB into XB. CB 0 into 200 0 plus 5 into 230 plus 0 into 420, that is equal to 1150. Okay, this one 0 into 200, 5 into 230, 0 into 420, you're going to get 1150. So that's value here, Z. Of course, only based upon this value you find out. So this value is Z value. This is not so significant here. Focus only on delta J now. You have 9 by 2, minus 2, 0, 0, 5 by 2, 0. Now select the highest negative value here. So you have got all plus values. So negative value is only minus 2. This become entering variable. So next.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That how did you get the minus 2? Only that I did not get, sir.
Minus 2. Okay, see here. 0 into 2. Okay. 0, see here.
Yes, sir.
0 into 2 plus 5 into 0, 0 plus 0 into 4, 0 minus 2. These two.
Okay. Sir, totally we should add all, multiply and add all
Yeah.
those things.
Suppose how you got 9 by 2? See, 0 into minus half, 0, 5 into 3 by 2, 15 by 2, plus 0 into 1, 0. So 15 by 2 minus 3, you got 9 by 2, right now? Okay, now understood?
Yes, sir.
Similarly,
Okay.
just you can check out this column. 0 into 0 plus 5 into 0, 5 into 1, 1, 0 into 0. So become 5, 5 minus 5, 0. Understood now?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Yeah. Now,
Thank you.
you got this 2 value. So now, remember here, delta J should be plus value. Then only you have to stop the procedure. Otherwise, you have to keep on doing till you get plus value. So delta J you got minus value, minus 2 here. Among this one, 9 by 2 plus value, minus 2, 0, 0. So they should get to 0 or plus value. So this is the minus value here. You have minus value. This become entering variable now. X2 become entering variable. X2 become entering variable now. Next column only. Next table only. X2 become entering variable. Now, corresponding to this column, find the minimum ratio. So 200 divided by 2, 100. So don't take 0 into this one. Okay, 0 don't take. Remember, infinity and 0 not to be taken here. 200 divided by 2, 100. 420 divided by 4, 105. Corresponding this one is highest negative value minus 2 only. You have taken this column. So x2 becomes the entering variable next table only. So now 200 divided by 2, so become 100. 420 divided by 4, 105. Among these two values, 100 becomes the minimum value now. So now you are going to take this row. Next table only S1 departs, X2 enters. In next table, S1 departs, X2 enters. Okay, now intersection of departing variable and entering variable become the pivot point. Intersection of departing variable and entering variable is called the pivot point. What the procedure says? It says that next table you have to make this as 1, remaining value is 0, 0. Okay, so I hope you took up to here. You take next table below only. So S1 departs, X2 enters. Now write X2 here, X3 as it is, S3 as it is. Remember, correspond this one here, you don't write one more table, you write down here only. S1 departs, X2 enters here. X3 as it is, S3 as it is. Now coefficients in Z function, X2 coefficient is 2, X3 coefficient is 5, S3 coefficient is 0. So now these 2, 5, 0 are the coefficients in Z function. That's it. You don't do anything right now. You this much only write. You write X2, X3, S3, 2, 5, 0. Don't touch these things. I won't tell you now. You got this up to here? Shall I go ahead now? Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Anybody want me to repeat here? Entering variable X2 because of highest negative value. See, because of 2, X2 became entering here. This is the coefficient value. So here 2 value, x3 5, this x3 5 coefficient, s3 0, s3 0. Okay, now I told what I told, you have to make the pivot point as 1. So divide entire row by 2. So 2 by 2, 1, minus half by 2, minus 1 by 4, 200 by 2, 100, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, minus half by 2, minus 1 by 4, 0. So you got these values, I hope. Because to make the pivot point as 1, you are dividing the entire row by 2. Because you want to be 2.2. If it is 3, you are dividing by 3. If it is 4, divide 4. You have to make this pivot point as 1. That's all. So divide entire row by 1. So 2 by 2, 1. Minus half by 4, minus 1 by 4. 200 by 2 become 100. 0. 1 become 1 by 2. Minus half becomes 1 by 4 and 0. Got this first value? 100 minus 1 by 4, 1, 0, half minus 1 by 4, 0. Right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, here, second row, what you have to do? You have to make this power point 0. Already 0 is there. It's good for you, right, as it is now. So, 230, 3 by 2, 0, 1, 0, half, 0, as it is, because in this column you have already 0. 0 is there. You don't have to convert anything. So write down second row values, 230, 3 by 2, 0, 1, 0, half, 0. Now coming to the third row, you have 4, but you have 1 here. So you have to, what you have to do? You have to multiply this by minus 4 and add. Multiply this into by minus 4 because you have to make this as 0. So 1 into minus 4 plus 4, 0. You are multiplying this by minus 4 and add because to make this 0. So 1 into minus 4 plus 4, 0. So now minus 1 by 4 into minus 4 becomes plus 1. So this plus 1 becomes 2. Have you got this value? Have you got this 2?
No, sir.
Okay, you have to make, here you are going to multiply this entire row. You write down in a pencil, you multiply entire by minus 4. Write down there at the right side, so that you won't get confused later. Because you have 4 here, to make this 4 0, because you have got 1 here, you multiplying the entire row, this row, by minus 4. You write down here, minus 4. So, and adding. So, 1 into minus 4 plus 4, 0, this 0. So, now, multiply minus 4, this one here. Minus 1 by 4 into minus 4, you're going to get a plus 1. Plus 1, plus 1, 2. You are multiplying the entire row by minus 4. Minus 4. So, minus 1 by 4 into minus 4, it becomes plus 1. You have here plus 1. So, 1 plus 1, 2. Now, multiply this by minus 4, because minus 400, here you have 420. So, minus 400 plus 420 become 20. You are multiplying the entire row to make this 0. That's why. So 100 to minus 4, minus 400 plus 420 become 20. So now here I already got 0, but 0 is there. Multiply by minus 4, 0 only. 0 is there, 0. Now multiply this by minus 4. So minus 4 by 2, how much becomes? Minus 2. So minus 2 plus 0 become minus 2 only. Multiply this by minus 4. So minus 4 becomes minus 2. Okay. So it becomes minus 2 plus 0, 0. Here minus 1 by 4 into minus 4 becomes plus 1. Multiply from here, minus into minus 4, minus 1 get cancelled, 4 get cancelled, so plus 1, plus 0, 1. So minus 4 into 0, 0, so 1, 0, 1 as it is. I hope you got these values, 22, 0, 0, minus 2, 1, 1. Got this value? Anybody got doubt? Remember here, remember the procedure, you are going to make the pivot point as 0 and remaining as pivot point 1 and remaining as 0 only. That's right, we are going to multiply this entire row by 4 because you have 1 here. So by multiplying this by minus 4, you can make this is 0, correspondingly multiplying the entire row by minus 4 and adding to this row. So you're going to get 22, 0, 0, minus 2, 1, 1. Have you got these values? Got the values?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now we can say here. Now, CB into XB is equals to CB into XB. CB 2 into 100, 200 plus 5 into 230 plus 0 into 20. You are going to get 1350. That's the Z value you are supposed to get. That's the fitting value of X1, X2 and all. Okay. So this 2 into 100 plus 5 into 230 plus 0 into 20, you are going to get 1350. Now find the delta J values. Delta J value. Remember, delta J should be greater than or equal to 0. Till then you have to do. Because your negative value, you have continued. But check out here now. See, CB 2 into minus 1 by 4. 2 into minus 1 by 4. How much becomes? Minus 1 by 4, I think.
Minus 1 by 2.
Yeah, minus 1 by 2. Correct. Minus 1 by 2.
Minus 1 by 2, sir.
Minus 1 by 2 plus 5 into 3 by 2. Plus
15 by 2.
2 minus 3. Get plus 4. Check ಮಾಡಿ. 2 into minus 1 by 4 plus 5 into 3 by 2 plus
30.
0 into 2 minus 3. You're going to get plus 4. Then this into this plus this into this plus this into this minus this. You got plus 4?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, 2 into 1,
Yes, sir.
2 plus 5 into 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0. So 2 minus 2, 0. 2 into 1, 2 plus 5 into 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0. So 2 minus 2, 0. Next, third column, 2 into 0 plus 5 into 1, 5, 0 into 0, 0. So 5 minus 5, 0. Similarly, corresponding these two values, you get 1 to 5. Check out 2 into half, 5 into 0, 0 into 2. Check out. Got it? Got this value?
Sir, can you repeat this one?
Raghu?
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you repeat this one, please?
Same step, huh? Same step. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Here, CB into SJ, 2 into minus 1 by 4. 2 into minus 1 by 4 plus 5 into 3 by 2 plus 0 into 2. Add all these things minus this value, 3 value. You can do it right side. You take some workspace and do it. Even exam also you have to do. Remember, you can't use calculator here. You have to write all these like this only. You can't use calculator and instead of 1 by 4, don't write 0.25 and 0.5 by 2 and all. Don't write. You have to write the fractions like this only. Okay, so here 2 into minus 1 by 4 plus 5 into 3 by 2 plus 0 into 2 minus 3. You want to get 4. Second column, 2 into 1, 2, 5 into 0, 0, 0 into 0. So 2 minus 2, 0. 2 into 0, 0, 5 into 1, 5, 0 into 0, 5. So 5 minus 5, 0. 2 into half, 1, 5 into 0, 0, 0 into to 2, so 1. So 1 minus 0, 0. 2 into minus 1 by 4 plus 5 into 1 by 2, 0 into 1, you're going to get plus 2. So check out this only. 2 into 0, 5 into 0, and 0 into 0, minus 0, 0. These values correspond to these values minus these values. You're going to get these values. Okay, got it now? All of you?
Yes, sir.
All of you got it? Okay, now that's the end of the solution. So basically, you have to get the delta J should be greater than or equal to 0. So now delta J greater than or equal to 0. So correspondingly, you're going to get x1 is equal to 0 because there is no x1 here. x2 is equal to 100. x3 is equal to 230. So x1 0, x2 100, x3 230. Substitute this value in the z equation. 0 into x1 plus 2 into 100 plus 5 into 230. You are going to get z value as 1350. That is the profit because we have plus value. Done?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. See, this is the problem given. I'll repeat 1 minute once again. The problem given now. You are converting into equal sign because you have less than sign here. You are introducing the variables S1, S2, S3. These are the slack variables plus variables. So now you are going to get the z function 3x1, 2x2, 5x3, 0s1, 0s2, 0s2. That's what you're going to get standard form. Now we are going to call it tableau. That is, you're going to write the basic variable CB, coefficient of that function, XB, x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3, and all. Okay, this is what you're going to do. What you're going to do next now? Next you're going to do, that is delta J. That is this one into this one, this one into this one, this one, this one, minus this value. You're going to get delta J value. You are choosing the highest negative value. Then you're going to make one of the entry variable here. Correspond this column, you're going to find the minimum ratio. So 430 by 1, 460 by 2, 420, 0 is the infinity versus that. So you're not taken. Among these two, you've taken the least value, 230. This becomes departing variable. Next step, what happens here? You're going to get x1, x3 becomes x3 going to enter, x2 becomes departing. So you're going to get this table. You are going to make the pivot point 1. So these are also going to become 1. And I told remaining was to be 0. You're going to get this table. Correspondingly, so till you're going to get delta J value as greater than or equal to 0, you have to continue. Because you got delta J greater than or equal to 0, so you are stopping here only. So value of x1 0, x2 100, x3 230. Substitute these values for z function, you're going to get the value of z equal to 1350. Same thing got here also, 1350. So can you brief the general steps at the end of the problem? First to CG0. Okay. I told same thing. Anyway, as I'm going to do some more problems, you'll understand better. Don't worry. I'll just take one problem for 5 minutes only. I'm not going to continue. Just to differentiate between less than data sign. Tomorrow I'm going to solve. Don't worry. Right now I'm going to say switch only. I won't take much time. I think I'll take another 10 minutes maximum to end up today. I don't want to make you confuse a single day only. So, see there in the previous equation, you have all the signs are less than sign. Less than sign. Now, you may going to get a combination of less than sign and greater than sign. Sometimes you're going to get equal sign also. So that time you have to use big M method, also called as a penalty method. Big M is a penalty method. I'll tell you why it's called as penalty method. Okay. This one I did using the whiteboard. I think you can see it. You just take the problem now. Only I'm going to convert it to standard form and stop afterwards. Okay, you please take down this problem. Maximum z is equal to 3x1 minus x2. You please take down this problem. Maximum z is equal to 3x1 minus x2. Subjected to 2x1 plus x2 less than or equals to 2. x1 plus 3x2 greater than or equal to 3. Third equation, x2 less than or equal to 4. For take a simple problem, you have the combination of both the less than sign and greater than sign. First equation has got less than sign, second has got greater than sign, third has got less than sign. And of course, lastly, nothing. Don't have to take it as a constraint. It's only a requirement that the extension should be always greater than or equal to 0. That's it. Okay. Have you taken problem now? Have you taken problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have taken problem now. Is having the combination of less than and greater than sign also. Now you are converting this into standard form. Okay. You know, you just write maximum is equal to 3x minus x2 only. Don't write at the right side. Just write 3x1 minus x2 only. Subjected to, you are converting the qualities into equal sign now. 2x1 plus x2, because there is a less than sign, you are going to introduce one variable called as slack variable s1. So 2x1 plus x2 plus s1, because less than sign is there, is equals to 2. You see, less than sign. That's why 2x1 plus x2 plus s1, less than sign is there. That's why s1 is there. First equation. Second equation, you have greater than sign. So x1 plus 3x2, here, x1 plus 3x2 minus s2, it is called as a surplus variable. Because it is a greater than sign, for greater sign you are going to introduce minus s2. Because basic variable should be always plus positive values, you are going to introduce one more variable called as artificial variable called a1 plus a1. Because this variable is negative, basic variable should be always positive. That's why to counteract this surplus variable, you are going to put one more variable called artificial variable plus a1 plus a1. Because greater than sign, this is surplus variable. This is slack variable. So I told you three variables here: slack variable, surplus variable, artificial variable. So plus 1. It's only to take this as a basic variable introduced here. Plus a1 is equal to 3. Third equation less than sign. So x2 plus s3 is equal to 4. For less than sign, slack variable. Greater than sign, you are going to introduce two variables. One is minus variable called as surplus variable, and plus one more variable called artificial variable plus a1. If you have two equations, suppose third equation, if you have greater than sign, then minus s3 plus a2. So one more equation, minus s4 plus a3. Likewise it comes. Okay, so based upon the sign, you are going to introduce either stack variable or surplus variable or artificial variables. So because you have only one greater than sign here, you have taken only one variable, surplus variable, so minus s2 plus s plus a1. Okay. Now, see the z function here. 3x1 minus x2 plus 0s1 minus 0s2 plus 0s3 minus m into a1. For this a1, we're going to give a penalty in the cost function as minus m, big M. See, for a, You're going to give minus m as the coefficient here. It's a penalty. That's why this method is also called as a penalty method, also called as the big M method. Only because the basic curve should be positive value. So because of this one, we are introducing the artificial variable. So because it's artificial variable, the z function, we're going to put one more penalty called minus m. That is a big M. So this method is called as a big M method, also called as a penalty cost method. I'll stop here only. Anybody got doubt here how to convert this into standard form? Tomorrow I'm going to take the problem once again. Anybody got doubt here to convert this inequality into equal sign? Less than sign slack variable, greater than sign surface variable, that is minus s. And because it's a minus s, you're going to introduce one more variable called as artificial variable plus a. So correspondingly, z function also going to change. That is, here you're going to put minus m as the penalty. Because for s1, s2, s3, 0, 0, 0 in z function. Only for this variable, we're going to put a penalty of minus m. That's why it's called as the big M method. Okay, understood now? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Tomorrow I'm going to take, see, same thing I'm going to see, same thing. Basic variable CB, XB, X1, X2, S1, S2, S3, and A1. Correspondingly, you're going to get a minus M here. But here also you're going to get minus M. Okay, but it's a little difficult problem. It's not so easy like previous one because you're going to get M also here. Here, M and all. Okay, don't have to worry. Do it once again systematically. Don't have to worry.
Sir, don't include this in OBA, sir, please.
Yeah, I'll tell you now regarding OBA. Yeah, for tomorrow OBA, I'm going to give two questions. One question, formulation and solving using graphical method. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow for OBA, I'm going to give one problem on formulation using graphical solution. You have to find the solution. First question. Second question, game theory. 2A. One question, that is reducing game by dominance rule. Second one, using graphical method. So I have given three questions for OBA. One question, full question, formulation and graphical solution. Second question, 2AB. There is some questions there. One is dominance rule and graphical theory. So you need graph sheet, pen, pencil. Otherwise, you won't get solution. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
And the problem is not so easy. I'm not given the same problem what I solved here. So a little bit complicated problem. So you have to have the textbook with you always. You keep textbook of either S.T. Sharma or Gupta, Hira Gupta, or you can have Mahajan. Any textbook okay for war. Not necessarily how that you should have this much book only. Okay, you can keep any book with you and do it.
Sir, do you have any soft copy of books?
Usually a Kodadilla, but they are not given books. Soft copy not given. Soft copy not given. So check out no, still I'll check out. You also can check out, no? You also can check out, no? Soft copy of Hiran Gupta. But searching difficult, yeah, searching is difficult in a textbook because the book is around 800 pages. 800 pages. It's not so easy. Okay. You try. I think you can do it. You have got, sir, give two questions for OBA. I given two questions only. One question, formulation, and second question, sorry, I'm saving attendance. Okay. I given two questions only. One question, formulation and graph solution. Second question, short. Easy, it's not so big, difficult. Okay, no? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Tomorrow morning I'll take at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock I'm going to solve this problem, and then immediately I'm going to take assessment. Anyway, it's already in Google Classroom. Directly it comes at 10:50 sharp. Okay. And remember here, only the student belonging to B division should submit the same link. Other students A, C, D corresponding to your concerned faculty link. You ask them in a group about the link. Because if all of you submitting in my same group, then I'm going to end up with 250 one. So difficult to segregate. So please submit separately. Only division B students should submit in the same link.
Sir, but we have been given the same link to submit.
Hey, Illappa, no. You have to submit. I think they are going to give one more link here. Please do it in that. See, how to segregate difficult now for me. Right now. It's like in the Google Classroom given, no? Link is only for this B division. See, for class, I'm going to take combinedly. Right. For submission, you do in a separate link. Submit separate link. You ask them in a group, they're going to give. I already told them to give a separate link for all three faculty. Gokak, Suraj Patil, and
They have given a class code for each division.
Whatever, they are given, no? They are given, no?
It's given, sir. Yes, sir.
Be submit here. Okay, no? Then tomorrow you do the graph sheet. Problems are not this, so we don't have any books with us. You don't have books with you. You attend class, no? I'm going to share all the link, entire link. Don't worry if you want. You can send me mail ID. I can send you through mail also. If you're unable to get through this one, I got entire notes with me. Okay, I can send you, no problem. You can send your mail ID through WhatsApp. I can send you. What else? Anybody? Any doubts? Okay. See you tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.